Hi guys, it's Auntie Gina, aka the one and only African superstar, and I'm bringing you stories, parables, and morals, our brand new series of bedtime stories with life lessons. Today we're going to cover the classic that you may not have heard in a while, but you will never forget, and that is about the three little pigs and the big bad wolf. Once upon a time, there was an old soul with three little pigs, and as she had not had enough to keep them, she sent them out to find their own fortune. All three pigs decided to build a house and set off to the brickworks to buy some bricks. But soon, the three little pigs came across a man carrying a bundle of straw. The first little pig said to himself, "Now I won't need to walk so far to the brickworks. I'd much rather do less work and spend the rest of the evening chilling." So the first little pig said to the man carrying straw, "Please, man, give me that straw to build a house." The man did, and the little pig quickly built a house with it right where he stood, and then he settled down and prepared to have a sleep for the rest of the afternoon. Presently came along a wolf and knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me in." To which the pig answered, "No, no, no, by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. Alas, because the house had not been made very well, it fell down and the wolf was able to eat the little pig up in an instant. Meanwhile, the second and third pig were still on their way to the brickworks when they passed a man with a bundle of sticks. The second little pig said to himself, "Now I won't need to walk so far to the brickworks. Sticks are stronger than straw, so I think they'll do the job. But anyway, I'm tired now. I'd much rather do less work and spend the rest of my afternoon chilling." So the first little pig said to the man carrying stick, "Please, man, give me that stick and build me a house." The man did, and the little pig quickly built a house with it right where he stood. Then he settled down and prepared to have a sleep for the rest of the afternoon. Then along came the wolf and said, little pig, let me in." "No, no, no, by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll puff and I'll huff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and at least he blew the house in. And he ate up the second little pig. Finally, the third little pig reached the brickworks, where he met a man with a load of bricks. He said, "Please, man, give me those bricks to build a house with." The man kindly gave him the bricks, and he built his house with them, over and carefully, and taking time to do it well. So the wolf came, as he did to the other little pigs, and said, little pig, let me in." "No, no, no, by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Well, I'll huff and I'll puff and blow your house in." He huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed, but he could not get the house down. When he found that he could not, with all his huffing and puffing, blow the house down, he said, "Little pig, I know where there's a nice field of turnips." "Where?" said the little pig. "Oh, in Mr. Smith's home field. And if you'll be ready tomorrow morning, I will call for you and we will go together and get some dinner." "Very well," said the little pig. "I'll be ready. What time do you mean to go?" "Oh, at 6 o'clock. Well, the little pig got up at 5 and got the turnips and was home again before 6. When the wolf came, he said, "Little pig, are you ready?" "Ready," said the little pig. "I have been and come back again, and I got a nice pot full for dinner." The wolf got very angry at this, but thought he would be up to the little pig or somehow other. So he said, "Little pig, I know where there's a nice apple tree." "Where?" said the pig. "Down at the Merry Garden," replied the wolf. "And if you will not deceive me, I will come for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and we will go together and get some apples." Well, the little pig woke up at 4 the next morning and bustled up and went for the apples, hoping to get back before the wolf came. But he had farther to go and had to climb the tree, so that just as he was coming down, he saw the wolf coming, which, as you may suppose, frightened him very much. When the wolf came up, he said, "Little pig, why are you here before me? Are there any nice apples?" "Yes, very," said the little pig. "I will throw you down one." And he threw it so far, while the wolf was gone to pick it up, the little pig jumped down and ran home. The next day, the wolf came again and said to the little pig, "Little pig, there is a fair in the town this afternoon. Will you go?" "Oh yes," said the pig, "I will go. What time shall you be ready?" "At 3," said the wolf. So the little pig went off before a time, as usual, and got to the fair and bought a butter churn and was on his way home with it when he saw the wolf coming. Then he could not tell what to do, so he got into the churn to hide, and in doing so, turned it around, and it began to roll, and rolled down the hill with the pig inside, which frightened the wolf so much that he ran home without going to the fair. He went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by the great round thing which he came down the hill past him. Then the little pig said, "Ha, I frightened you, did I? I have been to the fair and bought a butter churn, and when I saw you, I got into it and rolled down the hill." Then the wolf was very angry indeed, and declared he would eat up the little pig, and that he would get down the chimney after him. So when the little pig saw what he was about, he hung the pot full of water and made up a blazing fire. And just as the wolf was coming down, took off the cover of the pot, and in fell the wolf. And the little pig put the cover on in an instant, boiled him up and ate him for supper, and lived happily ever after. Shout outs to the story time. As you can imagine, the moral of this story is, first of all, don't take shortcuts. Don't build your house with straw. Don't build it with sticks. Build your house on firm and sturdy ground, which we know as Africa. Number 2, when you know people are plotting to get you, make sure you stay ahead of the game. 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. And number 3, when people are plotting to get you, make sure that you always think ahead. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.